Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make this beautiful lacy stitch. To make this stitch, you can use any size yarn and then any size hook that yarn recommends. I used wash weight yarn and a 5mm hook. Wash weight yarn that is 4 ply for the US, 10 ply for Australia, and a 5mm hook which is a size H in the US. And this looks very nice in variegated, and I also did it in solid too, which also looks nice. But I really liked the way it looked in variegated, and I really wanted to get some stitches out there that look nice in both variegated and solid, so this is something that I found. It gets hard to name these stitches because most of them are from graphs that I find, so I'm just calling this one Lacy Stitch number 1. I had thought about calling it like webs, spider webs or something like that, because it does kind of resemble like a bunch of spider webs connected. I always forget, I want to tell you guys, the multiples of this stitch is 12 plus 8. And what that means is that you're going to chain in multiples of 12, 12, 12, 12 until you get the width that you want, and then chain 8 more and you're ready to begin. Okay, so I've got my chain, my 2 12 sets, 12 and 12, and then I did a chain of 8. Now if you have difficulty chaining loosely in the first chain, you can always go up 1 hook size. So I'm using a 5mm hook, so I would use a 6mm hook just to make the chain, and then I would switch over now to our 5mm hook. So to begin row 1, we want to do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. We also want to do another single crochet in the next chain. Then you want to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to be skipping 3 chains. And then you'll be doing a double crochet, so you probably want to go ahead and yarn over, then count 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th chain you want to put a double crochet. So you can see that we have 3 skipped chains there. So you want to have 3 skipped chains, then double crochet in the next. Now we're going to chain 1 and then skip 1. You can see here your double crochets worked in this stitch. So skip the next one, and then in the next chain you want to put a double crochet. Then you want to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And again, we're going to skip 3 chains. So count 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th chain here, you want to put a single crochet. Then chain 1, skip 1, and then the next, put a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, and 3, and you can already start to see the pattern that's going to be this row. You'll skip 3, do a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and then we'll do chain 3, and we'll do the same thing we did here, only we're going to use single crochets. So I have a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet with 1 chain skipped in the middle. Now we're going to repeat again. We just did our chain 3. So now we're going to skip 3, and then we're going to put a double crochet in the 4th, chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet. We're going to repeat this pattern. So I'm skipping 3, 1, 2, 3, and in this 4th I'm putting a double crochet. Then chain 1, skip 1, and in the next put a double crochet. Then again you're going to chain 3, and then you'll skip 3 just like we did here, and then you'll put your single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then single crochet. And you're going to repeat this pattern all the way to the end, and then after you have done your last single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, I'll be back here to show you how to end the row. Okay, I just finished my single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, did my chain 3, and what I would normally do this next by skipping 3, 1, 2, 3, and it would give me 2 left on the end here. So what we're going to do with these last 2 chains are we're going to put a double crochet in each one of those chains. So the last 2 stitches of your row are going to be double crochet and then double crochet. And that's going to end our row 1. And you can see how we have kind of a wave because we're doing single crochets and double crochets. So for row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to work a single crochet in this top of our very first double crochet. Then you want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to skip on over to that chain space that's in between our 2 single crochets, and we're going to work a double crochet, chain 1 twice. So let's do that first. Going to do a double crochet, chain 1, that's 1. Then again in the same space, work a double crochet, chain 1, that's 2, and then you're going to put a final double crochet. So giving you 3 double crochets with the chain 1 space in the middle. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to move on over to this chain space here in between your double crochets, and we're just going to put a single crochet in there. And then chain 3. You're going to be doing a lot of chain 3s. And then you're going to repeat what you did here in this stitch, which is your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and then your double crochet. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to find that chain space now in between our 2 single crochets, and we're going to work our double crochet, chain 1 twice. So that's 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then this is the second double crochet, chain 1, and then just do 1 double crochet and you're finished. And of course, you guessed it, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And again, we're going to put a single crochet in between our double crochets and chain 3. Okay, now we're left here with our 2 single crochets, and if you noticed on the end of the last one, here we ended with 2 double crochets, and here we began with 2 single crochets. It's always going to be the opposite everywhere you go. So on the end here, the very last single crochet, so we're skipping this one, very last single crochet of your row, you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet in the end. That's what's called a V-stitch, where you put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet as a V-stitch. So we're putting a V-stitch there on the end, and this is what it looks like at the end of row 2. And essentially you're going to be repeating the 2 rows that we did over and over again, but the reason why this calls for a set of row 4 is because you'll always be starting opposite. So where we would usually start on this side, we're going to be starting on here. So we'll be using different stitches. But it's essentially the same. What I just showed you, you're going to be doing over and over and over again. So let's begin row 3. Row 3, you chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to put you want to turn obviously. Then you're going to be working here in this V-stitch we just did. You're going to be putting a double crochet worked in that space. So yarn over, go into that space, put a double crochet. Then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to be working on either side of our single crochet that we have here. We're going to be making essentially what we did down here where we had our single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. We're going to be doing it here, but we're going to be using the chain 3 spaces that are on either side of this single crochet. So enter into the first chain 3 space and do a single crochet there. Then you'll do your chain 1 and then move over to the next chain 3 space and put a single crochet there. Then chain 3. And then we're going to move over, and like we did here where we did our double crochet, chain one, double crochet, we're going to be doing it here, but we're going to be using the space of that double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and double crochet that we did before, giving us 3 double crochets, 2 spaces. We're going to be using these 2 spaces here. So we're going to put a double crochet in this one, chain one, and then double crochet. So let's do that now. Find our first space, do a double crochet, chain one, then go into our next space here, and then we'll chain 3. Then again you'll repeat here on either side of your single crochet. You'll enter the chain 3 space here and do your single crochet, then chain 1, and then go into your other chain 3 space, then chain 3, and now you're back here again where you'll put your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So very, very easy stitch. Then you'll chain 3. Then to end this row, since you begin with double crochets, you'll be ending with single crochets, because that's just how this one goes. So we have our chain 3 space here. So again, we're going to put a single crochet there, and then the very last single crochet of the row, we'll put a single crochet there, and that will end row 3. So for row 4, you want to chain 4. So we're going to chain 4, because remember we did single crochets here, so of course we're going to be doing double crochets. So we're going to chain 4, which is going to be the first chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet, and the 4th counts as the chain that would go in between the 2 double crochets. So chain 4 and turn, and then in this first single crochet of the row, you're going to work your double crochet, which pretty much gives us our V-stitch at the beginning. Now chain 3, and then we're going to be working just like we did here with our double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. That gives us our 3 double crochets, 2 spaces. We're going to be working one of those again. Oh, but first, just like we did the previous, we have 2 double crochets, so we're going to want to do a single crochet in the center of that. I forgot we always have to do our single crochets on top of our double crochets. Now we have single crochets here, so this is where we'll be working our double crochet, chain 1 combo. So double crochet, chain 1, do that again, double crochet, chain 1, and again I'm working in this chain 1 space in between my 2 single crochets that I did in my chain 3 space last row. So we have our 2 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Now we're going to put a double crochet, and again that's going to make our little mini shell there. Now chain 3, and again in between our 2 double crochets in the space, we're going to single crochet, then chain 3, and we're going to again work our mini fan there of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, and you'll keep repeating that for the row. And when you get to the end of your row, let me find myself here. You'll chain 3 like you always do here, but you're going to find the top of the chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you will put a single crochet in that space, and that is the end of row 3 or 4, sorry. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to start row 5, which is the end of the repeat. You'll be repeating rows 2 through 5. So mark on the video where 5 is, and then you can just back up and remember where row 2 started, and then you can just keep going back and doing this repeated rows with me again and again until you get it down. Okay, so For row 5, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to work a single crochet in this very first single crochet. Then we're going to work a single crochet in this chain 3 space right next to it. Then we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to be using our 2 spaces here in our mini shell again to put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So first space, double crochet, chain 1, and then work a double crochet in the next space, and then chain 3, and in the single crochet area here, we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to put a single crochet in this chain 3 space, chain 1, and do a single crochet in this next chain 3 space. See, it's pretty much a repeat of 2 rows. You just have to know how to begin and end your row. Okay, again, when you come across this, again, you'll be working your double crochet, chain 1, and then your double crochet, chain 1. And then the next row, when you come up to your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, you'll always put a single crochet in that middle spot. So you'll learn to recognize how you work each stitch on every row. Okay, after we've finished that, we'll always chain 3. And then we've come across a single crochet here, which is exactly what I said we'd be doing here, which is next row we'll be putting a single crochet. And when you come up against a single crochet in that 2 double crochets, you will always put a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet on either side. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. And next row, every time you come up to a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, in that space there, you'll always be working one of your mini shells. So next row you'll be making mini shells here, and you'll be putting single crochets here with, of course, the chain 3 in between. So once we got our last single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to end our row. We began this row with a chain 4, remember? So what you want to do is find your double crochet, and then this is the first chain, and that's the next chain. You'll be working a double crochet in those 2 chains. So find your double crochet, find the very next chain, put a single crochet there, and then a single crochet in the very next chain as well. And that will be the end of row 5. So go ahead and rewind the video to row 2, and I will take you right through it again if you need, as many times as you need. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to like and share this video. It really helps me out so much. I'm sure you're looking at this wondering what yarn this is, and I wish I could tell you. This is an old ball of yarn that I found in my stash and thought, ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to try that stitch with this. So I have no idea. It had no label. It was just a ball of yarn. So it's probably an older stitch from a long time. I mean, an older ball of yarn from a long time ago. So also, if you were interested in what kind of hook I was using a wooden furls hook. You can find the link to how you can get one of these for yourself. Also, you can find a link to the graph if you're interested in trying to follow along, plus the link to the pattern with pictures. And also, I always put the link to the left-handed and the right-handed on opposite of the video, so you can always find, if you find one video that's right-handed and you're left-handed, you'll find the link to the left-handed underneath the video as well. You'll find all that information down below. If you're going to order a furls hook though, I recommend that you order it with an extended handle, and if you have carpal tunnel and things like that where the weight of a hook can be an issue for you, I would definitely order the wooden one because these are very, very light. I have a group on Facebook. If you haven't joined me there yet, we share free crochet patterns and then just the crochet projects we're doing at the time. You can ask questions, and the group is very helpful. So it's called Crochet for the Masses. Feel free to check that out. And that's it. Thank you so very much for watching.